She like, I work today, but I'm off tomorrow. She like, I could take you tomorrow and go pick up some stuff. I'm like, you don't got to do that. She like, but I want to do it. I'm like, you want to do it? I'm like, wait, we get paid tomorrow, right? She like, no, we get paid today. I'm like, ooh, that's right on time. I'm like, all right, yeah, you could take me tomorrow. She like, all right, cool. So as I'm in the kitchen eating a piece of bacon, talking to her, I hear, I'm like, oh, that's my phone. So that was the burnout phone. So I'm like, hello. Mark like, hey, I'm here. Where you at? I'm like, oh, I'm like, I'm on my way. Mark like, you forgot about me? I'm like, no, I ain't forget about you. I'm like, just give me 5 minutes. He like, all right, I'm at the gas station. So I hang up. So she like, is everything okay? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I need to go to school. She like, I keep forgetting you go to school. I'm like, yeah, I know that's going to be a problem. She like, no, it's not a problem. I'm like, but I need a big favor. She like, what? I'm like, I need you to drop me off at school. She like, yeah, I can do that. I'm like, but my brother is waiting at the gas station for me. I'm like, we got to pass the gas station and get to my brother anyway. So she like, okay, that's cool. I'm like, all right. Boom. She gets dressed. We gets in the car. We pull up. Mark is at Claire's Day. Mark is at the gas station. He comes in the car. We do our secret handshake. He like, who is this? I'm like, oh, me and her, we work together. He like, what, this your girl? I'm like, chill. I'm like, sit in the back. So she was like, y'all go to the same school? I'm like, nah, but he coming with me today. She like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, we got something to do. So we pull up in front of my school. And so she like, oh, you go to an alternative school? I'm like, I told you I was a bad boy. She like, well, maybe I like bad boys. I'm like, really? So Mark like, oh, like, oh, y'all finna kiss. I'm like, get out the car. Get out the car right now. Just get out the car. He like, all right, I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. I'm gonna get out the car, okay? So he get out the car. Boom. So she like, so you work today, right? I'm like, yeah, I work today. And so she like, well, I'm gonna see you at work. I'm like, yeah. She like, what you gonna do when you get out of school? I'm like, oh no. I'm like, just roam around until it's time for me to go to work. So she was like, well, if you want to, she like, I got a spare key. She like, and I can give you my spare key and you can come over. I'm like, why you not there? She like, yeah. I'm like, but what if I rob you? She like, well, I do know where you work. I'm like, yeah, that's true. And she like, and now I know what school you go to. I'm like, yeah, that's facts. So she like, well, you want the key or you don't, or you just want to roam around because that's what you like doing. I'm like, well, I don't want to roam around. So she like, well, take the spare key. I'm like, all right, I'll take the spare key. So she opened up the glove compartment. She gave me the spare key. She like, I see you at work. I'm like, all right. She like, have a good day. I'm like, yeah, you too. I'm like, thanks again. So I get out the car. So Mark like, so what? Y'all go together? I'm like, chill, come on. He like, how we finna get into school? I'm like, easy. I'm like, we're gonna go straight through the front door because I'm on that. I'm heated. I need to see Brianna and I'm on that. We're going straight through the front door. Now I'm already late already, right? So as soon as we walk in, people coming out of the cafeteria. So we got to go through the little, the little monitor thing. So Mark go through, I go through, we good, not to beep off. So everybody's coming out and they just walking in the hallway waiting on the bell to ring so we can get ready to go to class. So I'm at the locker. Mark like, what's the plan? I'm like, I'm finna look for Brianna. But when I look, I see Brianna in a huddle with her friends. They all huddled up over there in a circle. They hee and the kiki and the ha-ha and some dudes over there. They just having a bestest of fun. So I'm like, come on, I'm finna go over there. So I go over there, I'm like, hey, Brianna, let me talk to you. So she like, I don't feel like talking. I'm like, I need to talk to you right now. So the girl at the sky like, don't come over here yelling at my friend. I'm like, ain't nobody talking to you. She like, move your hand. I'm like, Mark, make sure she don't touch me. So I'm like, Brianna, come in. I grab Brianna. And Brianna yanked the hand. She like, don't touch me. So her friend like, hey, don't put your hands on. I'm like, this ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm like, I'm telling you, we need to talk. Can you please come over here? So she walks out of the crowd and she comes to the side because people start gaining up. So we goes over there by one of the exit doors. She like, what? Why are you making a scene? I'm like, why did you lie to my mom? She like, when I lie to your mom? I'm like, you told my mom that Yo-Yo came to your party. I said, when you know it was just me, Mark, and two other girls. That's all it was. It was me, Mark, and two other girls. I was like, what are you talking about, Yo-Yo? She like, first off, I never told your mom that Yo-Yo came to my party because if Yo-Yo would have came to my party, she would have got beat up right there. I'm like, look, my mom came up to my job, talked to me, Yo-Yo, and my boss at the same time and said, you said that I came to the party. I'm like, why you tell her that? You knew that my mom did not know that I came to your party. I'm like, you remember? You snuck me out the back door. So she was like, first off, your mom asked me how everything happened, how all this started. And I told her it all happened on my birthday because a boy gave me a bracelet. I'm like, not just a boy, your boyfriend, your guy friend, right? Your guy friend, your boyfriend, right? Your guy, your guy. Where's the bracelet? Where's the bracelet? So I'm steady messing with her. She like, stop. She said, that's exactly what I told her. I didn't say nothing about Yo-Yo came over there or nothing like that. I promise you. I said, so you just dry snitched on me. But you ain't tell her that y'all came up there to my job making a scene, right? And I had to come all the way up there. So she was like, well, you could tell her if you want to. It's no big deal. I'm done with you. I'm like, and I'm done too. I said, remember that. And we walked off, right? Boom. So Mark like, what we gonna do? I'm like, I'm gonna go to class. I'm like, you can hang out in the gym. So I took him to the gym. Coach like, hey, tomorrow we got the game. I'm like, all right. I'm like, Coach, can he hang out? He's like, yeah, sure, he can help me with the class, right? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, Mark, be smooth. I'm like, I'll see you in a little bit. So I finished doing my classes. Boom, it's lunchtime. So I say, Mark, I don't want to go to lunch. I'm going to go out there in the field, on the football field. So I go out there on the football field. As I'm sitting out there on the football field, guess who I see? I see the dude that gave Brianna the bracelet. So he cool with some of the football people. So he over there talking. So I say, that's the guy right there. So Mark like, come on, we over there. I'm like, no. I'm like, nah, we ain't over there. He like, no, come on, we over there. I'm like, nah, it's cool. I'm like, let me see if she gonna come out there. So I'm steady sitting. I'm on the football field. I'm steady sitting there, out there in the stand, just looking. She never came, right? So boom, we go back in the inside. So the building room, people coming out of lunch. So I see Brianna. I say, hey, I saw your boyfriend out there on the field. I'm like, I thought you was probably going to go out there and give him a kiss. She like, he's not my boyfriend and please stop it. I'm like, yeah. She like, before I call your mama and tell your mama that your brother here. I say, call. All you've been doing is telling. You're going to tell anyway. I ain't even been home. I've been ran away. All thanks to you. Thank you so much. So now I'm yelling in the hallway. So the security like, hey, cut it out. Everybody get to your class. So boom, we get ready to go to class. Now I got to go to gym. We all go to gym, mark that, and gym, all that. Boom. So she like, Brianna make a scene like, oh, he's in here too? Oh, we just can't get rid of him. So Mark like, why you mad at me? You mad at me because my brother don't want to talk to you no more? I'm like, Mark, don't say nothing. Just sit here. I'm like, come on. We finna get ready to hoop. So I gone on ahead, lace up my shoes. So now we hooping. So the coach like, hey, look, I need you to be here early. He like, because the bus going to take off at 12:30 tomorrow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, I got you, coach. He like, all right. So boom, I'm up there getting me some shots in. Boom, we finished this whole school day. It's time for us to get ready to go. Perfect success. We get ready to leave. I bump into Brianna before I leave, before I get out to school. So she like, come here. I'm like, nah. She like, we need to talk. I don't want him. And you know what? We finna go talk to him right now. I'm like, we not finna go do nothing. She say, yes, we are. So she grabbed my hand and we walked back there to the football field. Now, mind you, Mark is out in the front. So we went out to the football field and he was out there. And so she had him to come over. She like, do me and you date? He like, no. She like, didn't we have a conversation that I don't want to talk to you? He like, yes. So he was like, look, I liked her. I've been liking her for a couple of years. And, she did say, yeah, it was a thing. So Brianna dug in her pocket and gave him the bracelet back. So I say, oh, you had the bracelet in your pocket the whole time? She like, yes, I don't want to be with him. So she gave him the bracelet and he was like, but Brianna, can we please talk? So I was looking, I wasn't going to say nothing. She like, no. She like, come on. So me and her walked off. So I'm like, man, I'm mad. I'm like, and plus I'm in a tight situation right now. I'm like, it still doesn't change that you told on me though. You told on me. She like, yeah, because your mama was asking me questions. My mama was asking me questions. I was getting yelled at. I was getting in trouble too. I'm like, look, I got to get ready to go. I'm like, I'll see you tomorrow for the game. She like, can we please be able to talk? I'm like, no. I'm like, we can't. So my phone rings. Is Mark. I'm like, hello? He like, where are you? I'm like, I'm walking back to the front now. I go back to the front. Boom. Me and Mark, we dip. We gets on the bus. So Mark like, we need to go see Beth. I'm like, why? He like, we finna fight Beth right now. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'm like, what if mama them there? He like, no, I'm tired of her. He like, if we see her, we jumping on her. I'm like, no, we ain't jumping on her. He like, we are jumping on her. So Mark is on it. He like, if we see Cynthia or any of them, he like, anyone by themselves, they still gonna get it because they tried to jump you. I'm like, look, chill. I'm like, and plus I gotta go to work. I'm like, you just go home. He like, well, you know what? If I see them, he like, I'm jumping them. I'm like, please, not without me, Mark. So boom, we finally in the land. We walking around. We go to the park area. So Mark like, I gotta get ready to go in the house. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm finna go on ahead and go to old girl crib. I'm like, a shower real quick. And I'm like, and then he like, oh, she gave you a key. I'm like, yeah. He like, you hit that? I'm like, no, she ain't even, you know what I'm saying? Let me tap that. You feel me? He like, for real? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, maybe she's just trying to be friends. I'm like, she said she liked me though. He like, all right, be safe. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I love you. He like, I see you tomorrow. He like, I'm gonna see you tomorrow. He like, I'm gonna come to the game. I'm like, how you gonna get him to come to the game? He like, even if I gotta sneak out. I'm like, you gonna come by yourself? He like, in case you pick me up. I'm like, just be at the gas station. Just be there on time. I'm like, I need you there at 12 o'clock. Straight up, 12 p.m. straight up. Because I gotta be there at the gym at 12:30. So he like, all right, boom. We separated. I get ready and I go on ahead and I make it to the girl crib, right? I go on ahead, I walk. Boom, I make it inside the crib and I'm just sitting there. It's peace, it's quiet. I'm like, all right, let me shower. So boom, I shower it up. Boom, start heading to the job, right? I get to the job. They let me in. Yo see me. She like, hey, I'm like, yo, what's up? So boom, I go wash my hands. I get suited. So now I'm working. And so the register girl, she come back there. She like, I'm like, what? She like, I'm like, what that mean? She like, you coming to my house tonight this way? I'm like, oh yeah. So you're like, I'm sorry to, mess up y'all conversation, but I need you out in the front. So you're like, have fun with that. And I'm like, I'm not gonna even start with you. So boom, we're working, we're busy. Normal peak time, we're getting busy. I'm dropping food like crazy. So all of a sudden, Yo now come to the back like, hey, yo mama out there. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my gosh, she's coming in? So she like, no, Miss Shirley said don't let her in, but she's saying that she want to come in because she know you here. I'm like, how she know I'm here?